Hello, if you don't know who I am, my name is Paul. If you do know, I'm still Paul. And this is Nigel, the multicoloured centre point of this YouTube channel. I call it a Rover 42 because it's a bit more than just a 25. I was going to call it the Rover 27 by using the 7 and the 75. The trouble is, the badge is too big, and 42 just seems so apt. Anyway, we're just a few days off the event that all of us Rover people have been waiting for, which is Pride of Longridge 2025. That's Saturday. Today is Wednesday. It's been touch and go whether this car can go or not, because it's had a rather colossal oil leak. A leak so bad that I wouldn't really want to drive it any more than 4 or 5 miles any given time because of fear of the thing running out of oil or it getting much worse. So to do a 180 mile round trip doesn't necessarily seem like a good idea. In this video, I attempt to get to the bottom of this problem so that Nigel and all of its magnificence can go to the ball. Well, Pride of Longridge. Hello and welcome to this video. Today I've decided that I'm going to properly get to the bottom of the oil leak on Nigel. I thought I was doing it last time, but I didn't. Today, a new plan. The yard is full of men and vans. Men with men. Yeah, good old peep show reference there. That means radios, interruptions, all this kind of thing, so I'm somewhat limited to where I shall film today. But the plan, basically, is to jet wash Nigel's engine. Jet wash it. Loads of traffic film remover, then jet wash it. And get properly to the bottom of where that leak is coming from. It does need another cam seal, so I'm on the hunt for one of those. I've just sprayed loads of traffic film remover down the front of the engine, and then I shall use that jet wash to blast it all back off again. But the first diagnosis of the oil leak was the cam seals. Both cam seals leaking on this side, replaced. But now I've discovered that that one is leaking a little bit as well. But that only looks like a little bit. How much do you need? Well, how much is it chucking out whilst the engine's on? That's the first question. But the other question is, why didn't I consult somebody who knows what they're talking about before doing the cam seals? To replace the cam seals, I took off this, and then I took off the cam wheels. I removed the cam belt. Then I removed all of this took the rocker cover off and took the cam carrier off and had to reseal it afterwards. And then it turns out you don't need to do that because you could just pull the cam seals from the outside and they pop out. Let's see how long that will take. Right, that's it. However long that was. I cannot believe just how simple that actually was to do. I feel like such an idiot. But my assumption was that it's not made to just be pulled out like that. It's an important part of the engine. It stops oil from leaking out of a part of the engine where you desperately need oil to stay. So why would it just pop out? Well, maybe the fact that it pops out easy is an indication that it's knackered. So the one I've just replaced has come off a second-hand block because this is just an experiment to see whether it'll work. This one was clearly leaking. Will it leak now? No, it doesn't. That was so simple, it's kind of annoying. However, we still have to contend with the rest of the oil on the engine. The fact that the rocker cover's leaking a little bit, and someone's coming in. But if this jet wash will work, maybe I'll get to find out whether it is coming from the head or not. That's all I need to find out. Because if it is coming from the head, it's got to come off, clearly. Get rid of all that gunky, horrible oil. Get rid of it! Oil's supposed to be on the inside, not the outside. Right. There we go. That's leaking already. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Most of the water's leaking out the back of there. That's why I don't use it. I'm going to give it 5 minutes whilst I make a cup of tea. Traffic film remover in my eye. Oh, spilling my tea. It's now 25 minutes past 2. That means I've not eaten for how long? 2, 12, 14 and a half, 15, what, 17 and a half. I've not eaten for 17 and a half hours. I've not eaten for 17 and a half hours. And if you want to know why, look at the other channel, because I'll tell you there. I may as well, whilst I'm at it, clean some of the other bits on here. But I've got to be a bit careful. Last time I did any kind of cleaning job on the engine on Nigel, I ended up ruining a coil pack because I started it and run it whilst they were wet. Maybe I should see if I can attach this a bit better. That's not worked. What a piece of crap. It's not the jet wash, it's the cheapo hose. I've blasted this quite a few times now. And although it's not all lovely and silvery clean looking, it's quite a lot of oily residues gone. Right, I've left it for about an hour to dry out. Had a chat with a man called Peter, and now I'm going to take it up there and see if I can stick it on the ramps and see where the oil's coming from once and for all. I can't find the leak now. Currently I can't see any leaks anywhere, which is a bit weird. Hello, I am on my way home from work and I have the information now as whether this car will be able to go to the ball. That ball being Pride of Longridge on Saturday. Well, after a full day of cleaning the oily bits on the car with the jet wash and the traffic film remover, and then taking it up to the top, driving it up the ramps and cleaning the bottom half of it as well, and inspecting for leaks, I think I have got to the bottom of it. I've had it running now on the ramps. No more leaks. Whether that will still be the case tomorrow, I don't know. Another cam seal sorted out. That solved one of the problems. But it appears the biggest thing, rather unusually, whilst this car has been in use for months and months without any kind of problem, suddenly the oil filter had started to undo itself. That's not what I was expecting at all. I grabbed hold of it and I could just basically turn it like that. And I only did that because it was beading from the seal. One thing I wouldn't have imagined is the oil filter itself actually leaking. The only time I've known an oil filter to leak is when they've gone rusty. And that only really happens if they get chipped, or they've been on for so long that rust gets through the paint, because they can't rust from the inside, can they? You can't have a rusty oil filter from the inside, it's got to be from the outside. A stone chip. Anyway, yeah, that's happened once before, but not this time. Am I finishing this video here? Maybe. If I am, thank you very much for watching. And thank you very much for being supportive of the channel by liking the video, by commenting on the video, by being a subscriber, or by being a channel member, or all of them, and watching it and sharing it. And thank you for disliking it if you have disliked it, because, well, why not? Well, if you dislike it, you dislike it.